developments tonight in the deadly mass shooting at Lincoln University. The Chester County District Attorney identifying the suspect they have in custody and the young man killed. 6 other people were injured during homecoming weekend, including a Lincoln student and alum. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Sheba Russell. The suspect is charged with a gun offense as authorities investigate whether that firearm was used in the shooting and how many people may have been involved. The FBI is now part of the probe. Our Kelly Rule reports.
The Chester County District Attorney identified the victim killed in this shooting as a 25-year-old Delaware man. Of the 6 other victims, he says one is a current student, one is an alum, and the rest are not directly affiliated with the university.
All we saw was people running. So once we seen people running, we started running.
A snapshot of the chaos at Lincoln University last night following a shooting that broke out during homecoming celebrations. The gunfire injured 6 people and killed a 25-year-old man, Juwan Jeffers, from Wilmington, Delaware. The Chester County District Attorney now urging anyone with videos like this to send them in as they continue to investigate.
We are in this for the long haul, and we're going to make sure that this campus is absolutely safe and that the people who came onto this campus and decided to ruin homecoming weekend with gunfire are held accountable.
Today, the DA announced the arrest of a Wilmington man, Zacchaeus Morgan Thompson, for carrying a concealed firearm without a license. Court documents say an officer saw Morgan Thompson with a handgun he claimed to be his mother's.
I cannot confirm, however, right now at this time, whether or not the gun that was found on him was used in the shooting. We have further things to do before we can confirm or deny that. We're operating under the belief that the shooter or shooters in this case did not come here with a specific design to cause a mass casualty event.
The DA says the gunfire, which might have involved multiple shooters, broke out during a jam-packed post-football game tailgate party. The aftermath still visible today as investigators, which includes the FBI, comb for evidence.
That parking lot is large. There's a lot of debris and trash strewn everywhere. And so we're working through that to make sure that we can get a proper count of shell casings recovered.
The university announced that classes are canceled Monday, saying in a statement to students, quote, "We continue to work closely with law enforcement to ensure justice and safeguard the well-being of our campus community. Together, we remain Lincoln University strong and Lincoln University resilient," end quote. A student and his friend visiting campus told Fox 29 about the chaos last night.
We did hear the gunshots. It was like very loud, like almost popped my ears and stuff like that.
The DA's office is urging anybody that has video or that witnessed the shooting to come forward and talk with them as they continue to try to piece this timeline together. The university says they are holding a gathering at noon tomorrow on campus, and they're also offering counseling services for students and staff. We have more information about that on fox29.com. Reporting outside Lincoln University, I'm Kelly Rule, Fox 29 News.
All right, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. And yet we have another shooting on the campus of an historically black college or university. And this time it was Lincoln, Pennsylvania. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Lincoln University is the oldest historical college, one of the first historically black colleges in America. And this happened once again at a homecoming celebration. Now, we have seen these shootings break out during homecomings all across the nation, whether it's, in South Carolina and Mississippi and a few other locations, Louisiana. And so that somehow just triggers my antennas. As some people say, I have to put my tin-foil hat on because this just doesn't seem coincidental. Matter of fact, it's, in my opinion, organized confusion. And you see this situation, they're parading once again the picture of that black guy who was reportedly with a gun. But the investigator, whoever that white man was talking, saying, well, we can't confirm that his gun was one of the guns used in the shooting. We have more important things to do. No, that should be the first line of investigation. This guy has a gun. This gun what is the barrel hot? Was it recently used? Does he have gunpowder on his hand? So that leads me to believe that he was not involved in the shooting. First of all, because of the size of the bill, $25,000. That's only $2,500 to get out. Secondly, if he had any inkling of gunpowder residue, now this happened Saturday, they have enough time to test his fingers for gunpowder residue and say, okay, well, you recently fired this gun. So that leads me to believe he is not the orchestrator of this organized chaos. Now, many people have brought out the fact that they have these masks, these FBI masks, or these masks which people can wear and go around and commit crimes, and they are black masks, like in black skin. You can't tell the difference. That is documented. Now, once again, I'm not saying that in this case, but it's just hard for me to believe that all of these separate shootings are happening as they are. But we have had history of shootings and arguments and stabbings in large gatherings, especially when alcoholism is involved. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. But let's look at some more of this press conference that they had about this shooting, where 6 people are wounded. 1 person is dead. Rest in peace to 25-year-old Jawan Jeffers, who was there just to celebrate. So listen to some of this press conference, and we're going to come back with a little more commentary. And these videos are fair use for literary and commentary purposes only.
We are here, and we have been here since all night. We will continue to be here all night to investigate the shooting that took place at Lincoln University, just outside of the ICC building on campus. Today was homecoming at Lincoln University. There's a football game at 1 o'clock. That game let out, and the festivities in front of the ICC. At about 9:30, just before 9:30, that festivity was interrupted and decimated by gunfire. It was a chaotic scene, and people fled in every direction. We're devastated to announce tonight that 1 person has died. 6 other people have been struck by gunfire. I don't have complete information because this happened 4 hours ago. But we are monitoring all of the victims, and we are investigating with the full power of federal, state, and local law enforcement tonight. And we will continue to do so for the rest of Sunday and into Monday if need be. We don't have a lot of answers about exactly what happened. What I will tell you is that today we're operating as if this is not an incident where someone came in with the design to inflict mass damage on a college campus. We're collecting ballistic evidence and going through that evidence now. We have detained 1 person. That person was in possession of a firearm. We expect to be working and to be investigating throughout the evening and have updates. Actually, it's now 1 o'clock in the morning. Have updates tomorrow at some point about how that investigation is progressing. But for now, that is the state of the information. I want to ask everyone here to get out the word that if anyone has information about this investigation, to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. This is particularly important because in this age of cell phones, right, people have videos, and even through calling that number, you can be provided an option to upload your video so that it can get to investigators for us to review. Digital evidence is key for us to putting this together and to be able to go back and hold the shooters accountable for what happened today. Because we are going to not stop until we are able to arrest and to find the person or people that shot all of these people at Lincoln University. Do you have any questions?
You used the word shooters. Can you confirm that there was more than 1 person firing?
I'm sorry. I can't confirm that yet. There's some evidence that leads us to believe that that is a viable theory right now. But we are investigating this as if there is possibly more than 1 shooter right now. So I use that word shooters because it is a very real, distinct possibility.
The people who were shot, were they all students? Have you been able to identify that?
We have been able to identify them. We're not able to confirm their status, and we're not sharing their identities tonight.
Is the FBI now the lead on this investigation?
No, the FBI is here in assist mode, and we're very thankful for that. But Chester County detectives are the lead investigating agency. We're getting a tremendous amount of support from the Pennsylvania State Police as well. And of course, the chief and his team have been here from the first moment of the shooting. Chief was yards away when he heard the gunshots.
The place where the shooting occurred, could you explain what the ICC is? If you could just describe, was it outside, was it inside? Both?
No, so the building is where the police department is housed, correct, Chief?
Yes.
And it's a large building on campus, and out front was a number of tents and tables set up for people to go together, to mingle, to have a good time on homecoming, not to experience a shooting.
Any threat to the public at this time?
All right, so I'm going to stop it there because, he kind of goes vague with his answers. But the thing to me is, once again, they're parading this young man around as a suspect was arrested. Now, it doesn't say anywhere that he was the shooter or connected to the shooting, which once again gives the black face to violence. Now, these tailgating parties are, a staple of homecomings all around the nation. I've been to a few homecomings myself, a festive event, but, once again, there is the propensity of, violence at these parties. I remember my college years, we would go out, drink, and next thing you know, we'll end up fighting. Why? I don't know. But, this speaks to a larger level. Once again, there's nothing wrong with having a good time. We've been known to do that throughout. That maybe that is a coping mechanism for some of the oppression, depression, suppression, oppression that we have experienced in this country as Black people. But the fact that, a lot of things happen at these gatherings of supposed to be joy should be some sort of a warning to us. If this is the case. Now, once again, there's a possibility that some outside entities are coming in masked and causing these situations to happen at these events. Now, I'm not going to rule that out as well. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. But, it's just the party nature. I heard someone say, back in the slavery days, they used to say N-word sing, N-word dance, N-word jump, or N-word die, which is mean we are only to be used as entertainers. That's why a lot of our so-called leaders are actors, entertainers, musicians, dancers, and the like. And that's what we are allowed to do. That's what is promoted to us as, okay, we should be entertainers. The only thing we are good for is entertaining, because that's what we did on the plantation. They would call us in to sing and dance and entertain them, because they didn't have any talent, and some people say. So, but the fact that we are literally in the middle of one of the most racially tense times, one of the most serious changing points in this country, as far as, economics, race, war, disaster. And Black people still just want to party. We got KKK groups literally recruiting people to hate Black people. And we're, every weekend we are out partying. But that goes to, once again, how the conditioning of our lives have been. Now, they said in the slave days, they will make them work all week. And then on the weekend, they would give them alcohol. They would give them alcohol and let them drink themselves to oblivion, party, dance, go out, have fun. And then at the end, they're so drunk and they're so inebriated, they can't wait to get back to work the morning to get some sense of normal. And they would do that every week. But also, if they kept them drunk and inebriated, what? They would never have to think about them planning escape. planning a statement. Once you get addicted to the alcohol, okay, I work all week, it's hard, but this week I'm gonna get drunk and be able to forget all about it. I'm gonna tell those stories and cry and laugh and joke. You ever been around? There's several types of drunks. The laughing drunk, the crying drunk, the introspective drunk. Which type of drunk are you? And once again, this is no disrespect to those who like to enjoy a drink or enjoy themselves. But, at what point do we say, okay, well, we've had enough fun. If we don't do anything else, Black people know how to party, we know how to eat, we know how to sing, we know how to dance. But what else do we know how to do? What else are we building? That right now they're talking about cutting the snap off and all of those things. What are we going to do, besides have fun and tailgate at these commemoration homecoming celebrations where, once again, it's good to get an education and, be prepared for a career. But what are we using those careers for? Are we using them for, nation or community building in our own communities, or are we using it in position that continues to keep our communities in a negative state? Or we're using our abilities and careers to advance the communities of other people. And so, but this once again is just one of many instances of violence happening all across the nation. And so, I pray that, this is not a continuous thing. And, maybe information would come out about who's really doing these things, because I think in Mississippi, they arrested a lot of Black people for the shootings. So, I don't know what is going on where we continuously want to inflict violence upon each other, but it definitely has to stop. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to these videos. And as always, I pray you have peace and blessings. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed? Stories abroad from literary work where the narrative's wrong. The research is always on point, the commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along, shout out to FBA, still FTP, big up NFAC, and all my Black families. It's three sides to all stories, which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events. We don't like them lies. Media is biased, we got God beside us. Ladies and gents is power. If you don't know by now, look around me, the darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers, cause they don't understand us. We stop and freeze with our hands and kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse, set them straight, watch what the rich investigate. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.